everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Welcome everybody, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of Do Animals Have a Moral Nature? And the vocabulary words are behavior.
Behavior.
The teacher rewards her students for good behavior.
Characteristic.
Characteristic.
One of the characteristics of house cats is that they sleep a lot.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Rather than hiding your anxiety, talk to a friend about it.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Eddie feels guilty because he knows that he has disappointed his girlfriend.
Scold.
Scold.
My parents scolded me for not helping them clean the house. Shane, what are we talking about today? We're talking about animals, right?
Yeah, and do they have a moral nature?
What does that mean by having a moral nature?
I think it just means being able to decide between good things and bad things. Is this action a good thing or is it a bad thing? Knowing maybe right and wrong.
Okay, I think maybe some animals would have a moral nature. What do you think?
Well, they've done some studies and some people seem to be pretty convinced that they do. Because it will seem, for example, there's some type of monkey called a rhesus monkey. And this kind of monkey, it will help even if it can get some food, but it has to hurt another monkey by electrocuting him. He'll choose not to hurt the other monkey and just not get any food.
Wow.
And you would think that an animal will just want to get the food. He doesn't.
And not caring about what happens to other animals or other people.
Right, because he knows it's wrong.
That's right. That's pretty interesting. And also, I think, like many people have pet dogs, right?
Yeah.
Little puppies. And then after, like yelling at them for misbehaving, and then usually they will put on this like guilty face, the puppy eyes. Exactly. And then you'll be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, okay, come here, give me a hug.
It's true, especially bad boy, bad girl. And then they... So you think maybe they realize they really did something wrong.
I think so too. So maybe some social animals, like monkeys or dogs, I think maybe they do.
Yeah, elephants have also shown some signs of having moral behavior also.
That's right.
Yeah, so
maybe some animals do have a moral nature.
Okay, well, let's read about it and see what you think.
Okay, let's enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
Do animals have a moral nature? Humans have long believed themselves to be superior to other animals. One theory used to support this belief is that only humans have a moral nature. We can choose between right behavior and wrong behavior. In addition, what guides our moral behavior is often our ability to understand others' feelings, something we believe animals can't do.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Live Interactive English. We're reading day 1 of an article called Do Animals Have a Moral Nature? Moral nature. Well, nature is...
Good question.
Nature is your personality or what makes you who you are. And moral describes whether something is right or wrong, if it's good or bad.
That's right. Now, we're not talking about law. We're not talking about what the police and the law says. We're talking about what it says in your heart, what most people believe, right? So most people believe that stealing is wrong, okay? Stealing is a crime. Killing people is wrong. That, of course, is a crime, too. But people would also say that lying is wrong, right? Lying is not a moral thing to do, but we don't go to jail for lying, right? You can't go to jail for lying unless it's in a very specific kind of way. But this is what we talk about moral, the sense of what is right and what is wrong. The article begins, humans, that's us, of course, have long believed themselves to be superior to other animals. We often look at ourselves as the most intelligent, the most accomplished, the most powerful animal on the earth. We have the power of our minds, and we have the power to create and talk and invent new things.
And for a lot of ways that we just described, that may be true. But one theory used to support this belief is that only humans have a moral nature. We can choose between right behavior and wrong behavior, our article says. Behavior is the way you act or behave, how you do things. And behavior is the actions that you do. So a right behavior might be helping someone who needs help.
Sure. Right behavior, as you said, would be helping people in need. It would be doing the right thing even when there's no one there to watch you do it, to see you do it, right? For example, when we talk about behavior, we could say the teacher rewards her students for good behavior. If you do something good, you get some kind of prize or some kind of bonus.
In addition, our article says what guides our moral behavior is often our ability to understand others' feelings.
Ah, okay.
So this golden rule is something we believe animals can't do. They can't think of other animals and put themselves in the hurt animal's place.
Yeah, it's often called the golden rule, right? Do to other people a good thing that you would want them to do to you. And that's one of the things that we often think makes humans slightly above the other types of animals. But as we're going to learn after the break, it might not be such a clear case that only humans are able to do the good thing and know the difference between right and wrong. So come back and join us after the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。同学们觉得动物也有道德本性吗？Nature 是天性本质，那么 moral 当形容词是用来描述有道德的或是道德上的。人类长久以来都觉得自己比其他的动物优越。那过去还有一个支持这种看法的理论哦，他说就是只有人类有道德本性，因为我们可以在对和不对的行为之间做选择，而且我们有理解他人感受的能力，可以做出符合道德的行为。这样听起来好像有一点道理齁。那这边有个单字是 behavior， 就是行为举止，它是不可数名词哦。那么 superior 是用来形容比较好、比较优秀的，它后面固定会搭配介系词 to。be superior to 加上名词，就表示比某一个事物优越或是优于某件事。好，接着回到课文中。
Do animals have a moral nature? However, scientific experiments have shown that humans aren't the only ones with these characteristics. In one test, hungry rhesus monkeys refused to electrically shock their fellow monkeys to get food. In another, a rat inside a cage freed another rat that was trapped in a small case, even though there was nothing to gain from this act. Animals also appear to demonstrate emotions. Elephants show anxiety when a troop member dies and will cover the dead body with leaves and grass as if in an act of mourning.
But are humans the only ones who have the golden rule?
Yes, no, I don't know. Let's find out. However, scientific experiments have shown that humans aren't the only ones with these characteristics. So we're not the only animals on the planet that are moral, that can tell the difference between right or wrong, that have these characteristics. A characteristic is basically something that makes you special or different from something else, all right? It could be something really unusual, like you have, red hair or something like that, or it can just be the differences between certain types of animals in this case and others. For example, most people know the characteristics of lions and tigers. You can see a picture and you can tell whether this animal is a lion. It's kind of golden brown. If it's a boy, it's got all that hair. Or if it's a tiger, it's a little bigger. It's, orange with white and black stripes. These are characteristics. These are things that make these things different from those things and help us to identify them.
We have an example sentence. Mike?
One of the characteristics of house cats is that they sleep a lot. All right, well, lions sleep a lot
all
too.
cats sleep a lot,
Most
don't they?
cats sleep a lot unless they're really hungry. Anyway, so they found that animals can actually tell the difference between right and wrong using some scientific experiments. Can you give us an example, Chris?
Sure. Well, in one test, hungry rhesus monkeys
Okay.
refused to electrically shock their fellow monkeys to get food. That's interesting.
Wow.
I think they would have them push a button or something.
If they push a button,
And
they get some food, but at the same time, their friend in another cage gets hurt.
Right.
So the monkeys, even though they were hungry,
were
even though
hungry.
they hadn't been fed for a day or two or something, that once they realized that getting food would give another monkey pain, they would not eat the food. Here's another good one. In another experiment, a rat inside a cage freed another rat that was trapped in a small case,
even though there was nothing to gain from this act. So they put a rat there, and the rat is fine, he's running around, but he knows there's another rat trapped in a very small box, in a very small case. So the free rat on the outside says, hey, I'm going to help my friend, even though they're not friends, they're rats. So the rat went over and let the other rat free, even though the first rat didn't get more food, it didn't get a nice scratch behind the ears or a piece of cheese. It did it just to be nice.
Yeah.
Weird.
Now it's hard
Nice
for
rats.
us. Isn't it? It's hard for us to be sure what exactly these animals are thinking. But animals also appear to demonstrate emotions or to
feelings.
To show emotions. Yeah.
Wow.
Like elephants, which we know are very smart animals.
I've heard of this before, yeah.
Elephants show anxiety when a troop member dies.
True.
And will cover the dead body with leaves and grass as if in an act of mourning.
That's right. They almost bury the dead just like people do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now we say troop, meaning like a group of creatures or things that walk together and do things together. Like we say a troop of soldiers and a troop of elephants because they all have their role in the group. And they show anxiety. What's anxiety, Mike?
Anxiety is basically that feeling of being worried, stressed, nervous, being afraid of something that might happen in the future. That feeling of worry, stress, and feeling nervous. For example, rather than hiding your anxiety, talk to a friend about it. So elephants will be upset. They will visibly be, sad, and they will be acting strangely when one of the group dies, and then they'll kind of bury them, they'll cover them, and then in fact elephants have also been shown to come back after many years to the same place where that elephant died, and they will go back and again act strangely, almost like they're visiting the grave of someone and crying again when they get to that place. So
and elephants remember
quite amazing.
things. They remember things for a very long
That's
time.
right. They say elephants never forget. So quite impressive. We have an example sentence for anxiety. Oh, we already covered that, didn't we?
We covered that.
I was feeling some anxiety.
We are not elephants. We don't remember so long.
I thought we hadn't done that. Okay, so we're going to take a short break, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right, we'll come back after that.
虽然有理论认为只有人类有道德本性，能够分辨是非对错，不过却有科学实验显示，并不是只有人类才拥有这些特质哦。Characteristic 就是特质、特色。好，在一个测验里面，饥饿的恒河猴啊，它拒绝电击它们猴子同伴，然后取得食物。在另外一个实验里面，在笼子里面的老鼠竟然去解救另一只受困的老鼠，把它从小箱子里面放出来。这个行为就是没有带给它任何好处，可是它还是做了。好，那除此之外，在大象的群体里面，当有一只大象死亡的时候，其他大象就会展现出焦虑，甚至会用树叶和草去覆盖尸体，就好像是一种哀悼的表现。Troop 就是一群群体，那么 anxiety 是名词，表示焦虑、忧虑。我们可以顺便学一下它的形容词是 anxious，anxious，anxious。好，接着回到课文中。
Do animals have a moral nature? Those of us who have pet dogs are probably familiar with the guilty look on their faces when we scold them for misbehaving. These and other examples have led people to conclude that animals besides humans do have compassion and a sense of right and wrong. It's not surprising, many believe, that social animals like monkeys, rats, elephants, and dogs would naturally develop such qualities.
So some of us are in close proximity to animals all the time.
We live with them, we play with them, they're around us a lot, yeah.
So those are our pets. We have pet dogs, pet cats, pet rabbits.
Absolutely.
And so when we look to see if they can demonstrate emotions, we can look at our pets and see or wonder what they might be thinking, especially with dogs. Maybe cats, not so much.
Cats probably don't care. They don't care about your science. They just want to take a nap. But as the article says, those of us who have pet dogs are probably familiar with the guilty look on their faces when we scold them for misbehaving. It's true, dogs have eyebrows, don't they?
Yeah,
and they use those a lot to kind of show that they're surprised or looking at something, or, sometimes they'll look worried, they'll look guilty. This feeling of being guilty or looking guilty is when you're caught doing something bad. Okay, if you do something bad, as in the criminal, like in a criminal case in a court or with the police, you are guilty. But it could be something small, like a kid taking a cookie when they shouldn't have a snack. And if the mom catches them, the kid will look guilty. Sorry, I'm sorry. And they'll feel guilty. They'll feel bad for doing an act that they knew was a bad thing to do, right? Yeah. For example, Eddie feels guilty because he knows that he has disappointed his girlfriend. He forgot about her birthday. He didn't buy her anything. So, of course, he feels bad because, well, he's a nice person, right? If he wasn't a nice person, he'd be like, I don't care about your birthday, stupid birthday. No, he feels guilty.
So dogs, when they do something like they chew on your shoe or they poop on the floor, and you say, bad dog, don't chew on my shoe. We scold them for that.
That's right.
To scold someone means to tell someone they did something bad. To let them know that you are upset with them. You're angry because they did the bad thing. So they might feel guilty afterwards. They might not. But so, for example, you could say, my parents scolded me for not helping them clean the house.
These examples and many others have led people to conclude that animals besides humans, other animals also do have compassion and a sense of right and wrong.
So it's not surprising many believe that social animals, or animals that like to talk with other animals, like monkeys, rats, elephants, and dogs.
They all live in groups, these animals, don't they? That's true.
Would naturally develop such qualities. They would have that sense of right and wrong because it helps them live in the group.
Interesting. And cats are a little different because cats will live in a group, but they don't sort of always do it, right? They don't need to live in a group. So maybe that's why they're a little different. That's a good point. So don't look for help from a shark, but do look for help from a cow. I don't know.
Well, I do know that, or I've heard at least, that dolphins help other dolphins. They work together, and they've helped people too, don't they?
And they live in groups.
And they live in groups.
So yes, I will never ask a shark to come and save me.
Right. I don't think they do the saving thing.
Good advice. All right, we're going to have more about animal psychology, so please join us in the future and bring your well-behaved animals.
相信有养狗狗的人都一定知道这个画面，一定非常熟悉。当狗狗做错事情的时候，被骂的时候，它们脸上会出现内疚的表情，看起来好可怜哦，都舍不得处罚它们。那看了这么多例子，同学们是不是开始觉得说，动物确实是有同情心，然后有是非对错的观念呢？很多人都认为说，像猴子啊、老鼠啊、大象和狗这些群居动物 （social animals）， 它们会自然而然发展出这种特质，并不意外。好，最后来看两个单字。首先 ，guilty 是用来形容内疚的或是罪恶的。那么 scold 是当动词，表示责骂、训斥。它常见的用法是 scold somebody for 加上名词或是动词 ing， 就表示为了某件事去责骂某人。好，那我们先前有学到 behavior 是行为举止。behave 是它的动词，那我们在字首加上 mis 就变成相反词 misbehave 就是行为不端，做错事。好啦，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 我是 Yvette， 又到了 Grammar Express 的单元。人类自古以来都觉得自己比其他动物优越，因为只有人类才有道德。但事实上真的是这样吗？第二段里用实验来证明，并不是只有人类才拥有这些特质。Grammar Express 首先要介绍的是 one another， 一个怎么样，另一个怎么样，用来举例。这个用法用在指3个以上不限定的单数名词时候的其中2个。如果要列举第3个的时候，我们就要说 one another still another。比如说 Ian is very helpful。One time he drove me to the airport. Another he took care of my dog. Ian 帮了我很多忙。有一次他载我去机场，另一次他帮我照顾小狗。Some others 则是表示一些怎么样，另外一些怎么样。 用来指3个范围以上的复数名词，还要在指第3类的时候用 still others。Some people stayed for lunch, others left early, while still others never came. 有些人留下来吃午餐，有些人提早走了，还有些人根本没来。而动物呢，似乎也会表现情绪。读到第3段的这句 ，Elephants show anxiety when a troop member dies and will cover the dead body with leaves and grass, as if in an act of mourning. 当象群里的一只象死亡的时候，大象会呈现出焦虑，而且呢，会用树叶和草覆盖尸体，仿佛是一种哀悼的表现。As if 表示仿佛或者是好像，和 as though 的意思相同，用来叙述事实或者是可能真实的情况，后面接直述句或者接片语，也就是文章里的用法。Peter looks as if he doesn't feel well. Peter 看起来好像身体不舒服。As if 或者是 as though 用来叙述和事实相反的假设状况的时候，后面接的子句要用假设语态。最后要介绍的是 a sense of， 意思呢是什么什么感。a sense of 后面接名词，常见的搭配用法有 a sense of humor， 幽默感， a sense of pride， 优越感， a sense of security 则是指安全感。Yo-Yo has a sense of humor and can always make people laugh. 悠悠很有幽默感，总是能让人大笑。以上就是今天的文法重点，谢谢收看，拜拜。
3, 2, 1, action!
星球崛起 Rise of Planet of the Apes 男主角是一位科学家，父亲患有老年痴呆症，因为已经无计可施，只好给父亲施打实验型的新药。Well, we've had this conversation already. We knew the 112 was making these apes smart.
I tried it on my dad.
You did what? How did you? Where'd you get the drug?
I had a sample vial.
You're out of your mind, Will.
No, don't you want to know if it works?
Well, did it work?
It was miraculous. Miraculous! Questionable adult neurogenesis, development of the fresh nerve tissue.
I have no idea what it means, but it brought your father back, right?
Yes! Yes!
Cure for Alzheimer's disease.
Yes!
We're gonna be rich! We're gonna be rich! What are you doing, Mary?
Dad, it will make you better.
Oh,
Trust
that's good,
me.
Mary.
Let's go.
That's nice.
Dad, you will remember who I am. You will know who I am. Dad.
Will? Is that you, Will?
Dad!
Haven't seen you for a long time. I feel much better now.
You know
Give me another one.
You know me.
Do you have more? 哇，这个药会不会太神奇啦？男主角把他从这个公司偷偷 A 了几瓶回家，帮爸爸打下去以后，马上就有效哎。那老板就说：“哎，你是哪里来的呢？你这个是那个药是哪来的？”男主角就说 ：“I had a sample vial. I had a sample vial. 我有一个这个样品的小罐的这个药物，它用到的是 vial, V-I-A-L, vial。”Vial 是小玻璃瓶，一般来说是装药水或是毒药的这个小瓶子，我们就可以用 vial 这一个名词，然后就给他回家爸爸打，然后打完以后，老板当然很生气啊，怎么可以这样子？你没有经过允许，怎么可以擅自进行这个人类的实验，对不对？男主角说：“那你难道你不想要知道到底有没有效？”老板说：“当然要知道到底有没有效。”男主角就是说 ：“It was miraculous. It was miraculous， 非常的神奇，它的效果真的是神奇啊，药到病除 ，miraculous，M-I-R-A-C-U-L-O-U-S。” miraculous 就是神奇的形容词，大家一定有听过它的名词，它的名词就是 miracle，it's a miracle， 哇，这是一个神迹啊！但是呢，刚才我们这个男主角讲的是它的形容词 miraculous，it was miraculous， 因为直接就已经产生了什么 ？The development of fresh nerve tissue， 它直接这个新的神经的这个组织就开始生长出来，哪有这种事情？一般人这个到了这个年老，脑就退化，怎么还有这个长出新的神经，然后会让他这个老年痴呆症就马上好了？真的世界上有这样子的药吗？如果真的有这样子的药，那它难道不会有任何的副作用吗？请继续收看英文龙卷风。